Hello and welcome to the third episode of my Bloons Tower Defence 6 guides. In this episode we will be looking at beating Impoppable with only one tier 5 tower and no continues, monkey knowledge, powers or other premium things like double cash. We are starting with a dart and attack. You'll want to put your tack shooter up in a corner or bend as much as possible and upgrade it to 2 upgrades on the top path and 1 on the bottom. When you can afford it, place a spike factory that will counteract the main gimmick of Impoppable, which is just that you can't leak anything, and if you have your base spike factory you cannot leak anything much as long as the rest of your defence is in order. Now you want to place your Striker Jones as soon as you can. Next we are getting a sniper, full metal jacket and fast firing. Also, this is important, set it to strong targeting priority. We'll get even faster firing now that we can. And we've got smart spikes and now fast production on our spike factory. This will be enough for all the camos in the early part of the game. Now we have Striker Jones, so we will be using bomb shooters along with him, since Striker buffs bomb towers quite effectively. For one thing, he lets them pop black and zebra balloons in later game, and for another you get more range, pierce and attack speed from bombs and also from mortars, but we'll just be using bombs here. Round 40 we want a Mob Mauler. We also want to use Striker's level 3 ability when the Mob breaks. We want another sniper for round 42 because we can't afford a village yet, so we get 1 top path and 1 mid path upgrade so it can see camo. Again, also set it to strong. Now that we've done that, we are going to alchemist buff our spike factory. That will let it hold off on the rest of the camo balloons for a bit more. We're also getting a village. We want jungle drums for the speed buff. We want primary training so our bombs can see further. Now we also want to start getting a few more Mob Maulers, since we'll be getting more blimps coming from round 50 onwards. Also important, we got radar scanner before round 51. Be very wary of the camo ceramics on round 51. Now we're getting a couple more maulers, and now that we have 6 of them up there, they'll do fine for a bit, so we can start upgrading our spike factory again. For future reference, the way a lot of us refer to tower upgrades is if, for example, we have 3 upgrades on the middle path and 2 on the bottom path, we will say 032. For example, in this game I have a bunch of 032 bomb shooters. Now we have round 63 and the game's going fine, and wait, no it isn't. We would have lost there, if not on the first wave then on the second. So to avoid that, we have paused, returned to the main menu, restarted and bought ourselves a 204 recursive bomb shooter and put a 300 alchemist buff on that tower only. That's why I put my alchemist down the bottom there, so it can only target that one recursive. Of course, in a real game you would want to prepare for round 63 beforehand, and then you wouldn't need to quit the menu, but I wanted to show both how round 63 can be a problem even where all the earlier rounds seemed completely fine, and also just that handy way of avoiding having to use a continue because you forgot to buy an upgrade or something like that. With that out of the way, we can pretty much just save up for our Permaspike now. Also, bear in mind, Striker's level 3 ability is quite useful and has a very fast cooldown. I'm using it on quite a few moments here. For example, the ceramic rushes on 78. When they have gotten up to my bomb shooters, I'll just click that ability button and that'll stop them getting to my spike factory. We now have the Permaspike, so that is pretty much game 1, but I will continue to buy a few more things, partly for safety and partly also just to demonstrate a few other things. We have another recursive now, and we're alch buffing it, but as you can see, the sniper there was wasting the alch buffs, so I just sold it. The unstable concoction 030 alchemist is very good for thinning out some of the overall health in late rounds. It will coat blimps and then cause them to explode when they're popped. That does quite a good job, especially on densely packed blimps. Another useful tower is the 013 glue gunner. It's good at slowing down blimps a bit, so you've got just a bit more time to pop them. Striker Jones level 20, we have that now. It will double the damage of all our bomb towers, so I use that on 93. We have Sabotage for 95. It wasn't really needed here, but in general it's pretty good on round 95 and 99 to slow down the DDTs. Overclock is not something I would really use on a game like this, because we have a whole bunch of towers rather than one main damage, but it is a very good tower if you have one primary damaging tower. Now that is it, the game is won. You can see those guys there didn't do a very good job of the round 100 blimp, which got all the way down to there, but our spike factory did clean up successfully. Thanks for watching. I hope this video will help some of you with beating Impoppable mode without too many tier 5s unlocked.